This was a sad one.
Yes.
I don't like to have to report on these, but Pinky Cole is in the press again. And if
Again.
you guys know Pinky Cole, she's the founder and CEO of Slutty Vegan. She just announced that she was on Real Housewives.
Yes.
And then we had to report also that she filed for Chapter 11.
Yes.
She did something with Miss Rachel. I mean, she did there was like a whole like kind of like press run, right?
Of talking about her bankruptcy. She dressed up as Miss Rachel and kind of mocked everybody and tried to make it seem like an educational, you know, press run on why filing bankruptcy was a good thing.
Well, here's a little more education. So, Pinky Cole is pleading for help from the courts after she says one of her creditors seized her property amid a bankruptcy. Says that Chapter 11 was supposed to stop them from taking it, and they still seized the property,
Yes.
right? And so, we're in a situation now where, and I said this before, we've talked a lot with about Fawn Weaver.
Yeah.
Both of them filed Chapter 11. It doesn't seem like it's working for them.
Yes.
Can
So
you speak to that?
Fawn Weaver's situation was a little bit different because she doesn't have financial control of her company because she's under receivership. But Pinky Cole filed personal bankruptcy, so can't nobody stop you personally from filing bankruptcy. So that's the differences between the two. But also, I think Pinky Cole might have filed a little bit too late, and she probably filed as a defense mechanism of them trying to seize her property. I can't.
Oh, like it might have already had
Yeah, like
started the process.
she probably already was hearing about or rumblings about them trying to take her property.
Got it.
And then she submitted her bankruptcy without an attorney. And she wrote it like she hand wrote it. Like she didn't even print the paper out and like do it
Oh,
online.
she hand wrote it.
She wrote her bankruptcy. She still put in her bankruptcy that Slutty Vegan is worth $50 million.
It might be one of them.
Good luck. If she was worth $50 million, with
We
Slutty
wouldn't be
Vegan,
here.
we wouldn't be here.
Yeah.
She's in debt to the IRS and a bunch of other tax entities, so they're going to take prioritization or priority on paying the debt down. Which is why the company that seized her property, and this is not her actual home, this is a rental property, which is very controversial because she was just she got a scheduled meeting with the creditors, and she was using the bankruptcy and the rental property as income and assets to show the creditors that she can actually get a payment plan going. So with them snatching her asset like that, they're not only snatching the physical asset, they're snatching the income that she were projecting in her income statement on the bankruptcy. So if I take your home costs $500,000, I steal that equity, but I'm also stealing the income. So you might have say like, hey, the house is worth 500,000. I can make 80 grand a year in rent, and I got a tenant in a signed lease. This is what she's saying, and this is why she's pleading to the court, because she's saying like, hey, this destroys my whole bankruptcy. Also, if other creditors are seeing you snatching stuff, getting stuff snatched up, they gonna start looking like, oh, well, maybe let me snatch something up, and let me take this, let me take that. And she got this home she got a primary residence that she claimed is worth $1 million. So these other investors and people that she owe are gonna be licking their chops and say, hey, if we season stuff now, let's start seasoning because we can start taking whatever we want. So I think she's in a very tough situation. Now, I don't know. I think I seen a headline that she actually has a lawyer now. So I believe she does have a lawyer fighting on her case, which doesn't really help her right now because, lawyers, the worst thing that they say is, you should have just got me from the front. Like, don't try to get me and I got to go clean up your mess and then start lowering because it's going to cost you so much more. But yeah, so according to court documents obtained by TMZ, it was a 6-bedroom, 4-bathroom home in Loganville, Georgia. It was a notice posted on it and they even changed the locks, so she
That's
can't even
crazy.
get
She
into
can't
the
even get
property.
into her own property, and she had someone who was willing to be a tenant in this property.
Yes.
Now, here's the thing: when you're filing Chapter 11, we don't know what's all in her bankruptcy, right?
Okay.
But is it possible that like her slutty vegan establishments?
No, so she is filing personal bankruptcy.
So
Slutty Vegan is a separate entity. So when you have a separate company, they operate kind of like a separate human,
so
right?
she so she's only person so she's personally bankrupt, but her business is fine.
Her business is still operating. So the business already went through a bankruptcy, but it
Bankruptcy.
was with the state.
Uh-huh.
But it's not called a bankruptcy when you do that. They call it a restructuring and call it all these
Gotcha.
fancy words.
Gotcha.
It was
Okay.
basically
A restructuring. Yeah.
it was basically a bankruptcy, but it was on the state level. So bankruptcy is a federal is like federal jurisdiction.
Yes.
Because you got creditors all over the world, so you don't want to you don't want to have a state law dictating what
Yes.
something going on across federal lines or whatever. So
It's
so she filed bankruptcy, quote unquote, when she lost her company. It went into a receivership, and she bought it back, and it got it to
do remember
restructuring. Whatever.
that.
So Slutty Vegan is operating. She filed a personal bankruptcy. So what I think you're asking, and correct me if I'm wrong, if Slutty Vegan is even worth a couple million, can't she use that as collateral?
Yes, that's exactly what
And
I'm
can't
asking.
they seize a part of Slutty Vegan?
That's exactly what I'm asking. Can she leverage her business to bail herself out of this? Because it also says additional filings show she's dealing with millions of dollars in debt and currently has little to no personal income, aside from roughly $15,000 per month earned by her husband.
Yes, and
So,
I'm always fighting for the guys. At some point, we have to look at him and say, "What's going on? Like where you at with her? Like
right.
sometimes you got to sit your lady down and say, listen, we're going to sell these properties. We're going to sell these assets.
Yeah.
Our primary home, we're putting that up for sale. That Bugatti, I mean not Bugatti. She had a Bentley. Bentayga.
Mm-hmm.
Hear me out. Hear me out. She had this whole debacle where somebody stole her Bentley Bentayga.
Right. Mm-hmm.
What if she was doing that just to claim it as stolen, to save face from it being not foreclosed on, repo?
Yeah.
She probably did that to save face.
Yeah, because she wasn't going to have it anymore.
And she did it. It happened in a very public manner. She was doing something at her Slutty Vegan location.
I think she was opening a new location.
Yeah, and it was like the car was just there, and some random guys just ran across, jumped in the car, and pulled off. And we never heard nothing of that again.
No,
that probably was her cousin that jumped in the car, pulled off. They went around the corner and they turned it into the repo man. And she just she's a PR princess, so she would want to do something like that to control the narrative.
Yeah,
that just like a Fawn Weaver, like they are very, very good at media. She worked in media. She worked in production. She worked in PR. She knows exactly what she's doing. Now I don't know for a fact that happened, but I'm just speculating that. I think she would go that far to protect her image on not wanting to have these type of headlines. Her Bentley repossessed. But like I was saying with the husband, at some point, as a man, I would sit her down because she has a family. She got like 3-4 kids.
Yeah.
So I would sit her down as a man and say, listen, this $1 million house we got, that is costing us $15,000-$20,000 a month. We're putting it on the market. These rental properties, all of this, we're putting it on the market. These Bentleys, we're selling them. We're getting us a Camry. We're getting us a Ford Fusion. We're getting us a truck, or we're getting one of these nice, decent cars. And we're going to ride it out for the next 3-4 years so you can make sure you get established. You can continue running your business. I'm going to make sure the household is taken care of. I'm going to be good. That's what a man should do. Instead of publicly shaming you filing bankruptcy, you pleading to the court, all your stuff getting repossessed. I just want her husband to step up. and maybe he is doing this. I don't know him. So I'm just speculating.
But it's always and this is what I see. I'll just say it. When she's successful, it's her and her husband.
Yeah.
When she's not successful, it's her. So I'm like, yeah, where is, Mr. Cole at
Yeah.
in all of this? And then why is she the only one with personal financings that is, you know what I mean? It seems like
Yeah.
she's taking the brunt of everything, and that's fine because she was the PR princess. So it's, even if it was him, her name is a bigger headline. We don't know. He
But
could.
they both was doing really, really good.
That's what I'm saying, because he had the hoagie shop, or like the sandwich shop.
The Philly cheesesteak type of thing. That's what he do, right?
Yeah.
Because what is
The
called
the
Big
reason
Dave cheesesteak.
the reason why I call it a sandwich shop is because I know what a real
Yeah.
Philly.
And that's a good point because you're from that area. You're
Yes.
from the,
He got great
northeast.
sandwiches.
Say we're not gonna give them the cheesecake.
Yeah, I gotta do
So
all
you
that.
tried it. I haven't tried it.
Yes, it was decent. It was decent. I went to Sluggy
And
Vegan.
one day I seen some comments on one of his posts, and somebody was saying, "Why you think he don't have none in Philly?" Because he's from Philly. And people were saying because it's too competitive up there.
Yeah.
People, a mom and pop sandwich, little liquor store gonna have a
Yeah.
better cheesecake
That's
than
the
what he offers.
Yeah.
But so he's bringing the quote unquote
The
cheesecake
culture.
elsewhere, and people are buying into it because you just don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know no better.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. It's okay to have your own rendition.
Yeah. I ain't mad at it.
I was
It's a
about
good
to say
business.
I'm cool with that, but the idea is right. I remember learning about Slutty Vegan, and I remember it was their names was in like tied together in tandem.
Yeah.
On the come up, it was boom and boom, sandwich, Slutty Vegan. Then I guess the bottom started to fall out a little bit
Yeah, for her.
and so that's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, why haven't they like maybe consolidated or
And she did a EYL podcast saying that it don't make sense. And remember, what do I tell you all the time about black owned businesses? We need to work together.
Yes.
Why would Slutty Vegan be
Yeah.
running a restaurant business, have different lawyers, different accountants,
Yeah.
different HR, different
Yeah.
systems as him, and y'all are married and y'all running the same business, y'all franchising a bit, like it literally makes no sense.
that is not together.
All you have to do is take the name and switch it, and everything else in the system should be exactly the same.
And you're making burgers, he making subs. Like, what? I don't understand.
I don't get it.
That's the same girl. Maybe they don't trust each other. Maybe
It
my
could- that could-
business is my business, your business is your business.
That's a
I don't
possibility.
Want, because all marriages are not.
Because she said that when she was talking about her comeback story, when she announced the hoagies and all it is, the sandwiches or whatever that she's going to do, she talked about it. And when I watched that podcast, I was like, okay, she's learning. She's growing up a little bit. She's learning. Like, okay, I like that. Because I know this might sound like, oh, y'all, like somebody hit me up and like, why do y'all only report on bad news? I'm like, well, for one, we don't only report on bad news, but we report on news. And a lot of the news that becomes public, like a lawsuit,
Yeah.
we don't get that information until it becomes public.
Right.
So when these people and these entrepreneurs are doing their press runs, they go to Complex, they go to AM, they don't go to ABC, they go to CNN.
Yeah.
They do their good positive stuff with the other
With the big
dudes, and we report on that and source these other white owned or whatever owned companies, not black owned. But when it comes and it goes public, everybody gets access to the bad news. So y'all think we're only reporting bad news? No, we're pushed out from the good news. We don't get that interview. We don't get that interview with Slutty Vegan and Pinky Cole when she's coming up and she's white hot and everybody's popping. I don't get that interview.
Yeah.
That interview cost me $30,000.
Right.
I get an invoice.
Yeah.
But now, when the bankruptcy comes out and we're breaking it down, people call us a coon and everything under the book because we're reporting about it. All I'm saying is black-owned businesses. When y'all want to do y'all PR run, y'all media press run, think about black media companies, because when the bad news come and we post it, y'all get mad at us. Also, when we post y'all good stuff, y'all don't even reshare it in y'all story.
Yeah.
Y'all don't even shout us out and say shout out to Black Millionaires for posting up my brand. When I post about her going and signing to the Real Housewives of Atlanta, or whatever, you think she reposted that?
No.
She didn't comment. You didn't share it. You didn't do nothing. You ain't shout out our black business. When we're doing this, oh, now we coons.
That's so
No,
true. That's
that's
so
not
true.
how it works. What happens is black media get pushed out from the real press run and all the money. But then when y'all go bankrupt and it's everywhere and it's public and we can go on pacer.com and download it for $5,
Yeah.
now y'all mad that we're reporting on y'all stuff. So that's really the
Yeah.
real truth.
And here's the thing: if you had a little bit more friends, you know, and not that we wouldn't report it, but it might sound a little different.
Y'all supposed to be coming to give us the point of
Yeah.
view. We supposed to broke this story.
Yeah.
Why did TMZ have to break this story?
That's
You
true,
knew this
too.
was going on last week when they seized your property.
That's true.
You could have hit us up and boom, we break the story. We would have paid you to break the story.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true too.
This is, but we don't work together,
Yeah.
and we're literally seeing this because, again, like you said,
They
why did Slutty Vegan and Big Dave Cheesecake have two separate HR, two separate accounting, not saying they don't have to be separate. Like, obviously they're gonna have to be separated because they're different entities.
Right.
But I'm saying in terms of the infrastructure, in terms of the training, in terms of the y'all should be sharing employees basically.
Right. 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 Yeah, they should. They should. And I think it's cheese steaks. I think you said cheesecakes. I just want
Oh yeah,
Big
cheese steaks. My
Dave's
bad.
cheese
My bad.
steaks.
Yeah.
But yeah, absolutely. It just doesn't make a lot of sense to me for you guys to be so asset rich and then have, I guess, all of these personal. I thought the point of being an entrepreneur was so you could pay your bills. So
well, the problem is you can be a successful entrepreneur in the media spotlight, but in your personal life, you can have some things that's going on that a lot of people won't understand. You can make $1 million in your business, but you don't show the tax man and you made $1 million. So you might write off $1 million, or you might write off 995, and you only really on paper made $5,000 or $10,000 or $20,000, which is why she's saying, "Oh, I don't have any income." It's not that Slutty Vegan is not doing good or bad. Slutty Vegan can be making $500,000 a month, but she's not paying taxes on that income as an employee. So it's just like she didn't make the money if she's writing it off.
If she's writing it off, she can't use that income to help her pay her. She just has to reinvest it into the company because that's what she done told the IRS.
That's what she told the IRS. So now they're looking at you and saying, "Hey," and this is not like a breaking news.
Yeah.
Jeff Bezos, everybody does this. They lose money for 15 years and then overnight they're profitable because that's how business works. So I'm not saying what she's doing is like controversial.
Yeah.
But I'm just answering your question on how come this entrepreneur is so successful in doing all of this.
Yeah.
And like their personal income
is not.
They don't show that they make a big personal income. It's for tax reasons, and then they're reinvesting in their business. It's a lot that goes on behind that. So I can understand that because I'm an entrepreneur and I understand how that works. So
I think it's a great storyline for Real Housewives, though. I mean, yeah, Real Housewives of Atlanta. So.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, Pinky, nobody, or even Dave, nobody has no agenda about y'all. We want to see you win. I've tried Slutty Vegan a lot of times. I took my peoples out there for it. I even wanted to book you at my conference. So I have no, like, vendetta on you. I don't want to report on you going bankrupt and your assets being seized. But what I'm saying is, when y'all on your way up, or anybody, even myself, like, you still you want to be in good grace with these media companies or these people, or you want to just keep your options open, because when you need people to push a narrative for you to do this and do that, people remember that in 2022 you wouldn't even give me an interview. You wouldn't even do this. I was at your event and you didn't even want to take a picture. I'm not saying this happened to me, but I'm saying
that's what
people that be happening to young people in media. But then they get mad when you break a story about something, their divorce or something. Now you break that story. They like, why are you talking about this? Well, when I was trying to talk about the good stuff you was doing, you didn't even want to give me an interview.
Yeah.
So that happens every day, but Pinky, man, just keep fighting.
I was going to say.
Thank you guys for watching. In order to continue to support independent journalism, I need you to subscribe to our page below. And also, if you want the full podcast and more exclusive content, make sure you subscribe to the Patreon. Link is in the description.